doesn't matter if you've been a designated employer representative for several years or several days. You will always be in a position to learn something new. One of the primary responsibilities of a DER is to ensure that service agents, like collectors and breath alcohol technicians, are in compliance with DOT drug and alcohol testing rules. In particular, it's important to know what your role is in the collection process and to confirm that your service agents are in compliance. Let's take a look at two DERs in different work environments. Each of them manage their drug and alcohol program a little differently, especially with regard to the collection process.
Apparently the collection site didn't get it right. I sent an employee over for a drug test. What did I get back? Alcohol test results. The collection site obviously misunderstood. I learned the hard way that it's up to me to be clear on which test I need. Now I have to spend time fixing the collection site's error. How frustrating is that?
This is Jeff. He's a DER for a small aviation maintenance company in the Midwest. He's opted to contract with a local clinic to do his collections. Jeff's biggest challenge has been notifying the collection site of the type of test he is requesting. As a best practice, Jeff can ensure that both the employee and collection personnel are on the same page by putting specific instructions for the collection site in writing. The collector should know ahead of time which test is needed and the reason for the test. This information allows the collector to plan ahead, especially if the test requires direct observation. The collector can then confirm that the observer is the same gender as the employee. Fortunately, Jeff adapted quickly, and he drafted a written procedure for notification to employees and collection site personnel. He also developed a checklist that employees receive on the day of testing, so they'll know when and where to report and what to expect. Things are running much smoother now.
Oh, I'll tell you the problem. I'm too busy for the DER role. How am I supposed to take care of my regular job, manage everything in the office, take care of everything else? I mean, I'm wearing so many hats, my head is spinning. The DER has lots of forms, lots of procedures. Oh, I'm telling you, my head is about to explode.
This is Cindy. She's a DER for an air charter operation. She's held the DER position for 5 years. Cindy's elected to contract with a local health clinic for drug and alcohol collections. The clinic is staffed with collectors, screening test technicians, and breath alcohol technicians. Cindy's biggest challenge with the program is making sure that collection personnel use the current federal form when conducting DOT FAA testing. It's also important for any DER to receive and review the employer copy for each test, making sure there are no errors, omissions, or serious flaws. Federal regulations require every employer to make certain that its service agents are in compliance. As a DER, Cindy's employer expects her to monitor the performance of their service agents, including the integrity of collection personnel and the testing environment. Without exception, all collection errors must be addressed. If the service agent is not in compliance, Cindy and her company are responsible for the consequences. It was Cindy's fault that she didn't read the regulations. When the FAA inspected her company's drug and alcohol program, they noted errors in the collection process. The end result? Her company was not in compliance. 3 months after the inspection, Cindy went to the collection site and secretly posed as an employee needing a drug and alcohol test. She learned firsthand the errors that the breath alcohol technician and collector were making. No wonder her company's program and paperwork were a mess. Things are much better for Cindy now that she hired a new collection site. Now she feels confident that when another inspection comes around, she'll be ready. Cindy learned that before selecting a service agent, it's best to personally visit the site and ask for a detailed explanation of its operating procedures. Know the collection process and make it a point to have open and regular communication with collection personnel. It's also a best practice to audit all your service agents. Your compliance is tied to the integrity of their business. Make them aware of the requirements. And remember, compliance means documentation. Now you have a pretty good idea of some techniques that a DER can use to monitor a collection site and its personnel. Choose a collection site that best suits your company's needs and stay involved.